Welcome.
All right, we'll reconvene into open session, Board of Education meeting. First item of business is a report from student representatives and student and staff recognition. Students? go ahead.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, I'm Carla Kluwer. I'm a junior at John Edwards.
Hi, I'm Felicity Klaus. I'm a junior at John Edwards.
I'm Jason Doberreiner, and I'm also a junior at Port Edwards. Both of our high school basketball teams have had a great season so far, and both of our high school boys and our girls have a home game later this week. The girls play tomorrow at home, and a boys game will be on Friday.
The John Edwards, Nakusa, and Assumption girls combined wrestling team is doing exceptionally well this season. John Edwards has 2 high school girls participating this year, and at their most recent meeting in Eau Claire, the girls placed 2nd overall.
We held the band and choir concerts on the last week of November, and everyone in our music department worked very hard last try to get them done well, and they went very well, and we got a lot of compliments from the community.
Tomorrow afternoon, our ecology club will be hosting its annual holiday meal. Tables are set up end to end in the auditorium, and our high school students and staff will gather together to share a meal prepared by our ecology club with food sourced from local farmers. We will be having turkey, potatoes, cranberries, dressing, and fresh ground coffee, milk, and pie. We would be happy to see you there at 12:30 as well.
This Saturday, the Port Edwards Pep Band will be teaming up with the Tri-County Pep Band to go play at a Milwaukee Bucks game. We shared our favorite songs with each other and have been practicing hard for the past 2 months, and we're looking forward to our trip.
The tree lighting was this past Sunday from 3 to 5. The Port Edwards Band and Choir performed around 4:30 and each performed some holiday songs. The Port Edwards Music Boosters Club and a few others sold hot dogs and other snacks and also put on games for some of the kids to play, along with El Cafe, who were kind enough to open shop and serve hot cocoa and cookies.
On Friday, December 22nd, our last day together in 2023, the John Edwards Middle and High School students will be going to the movie theater in Rapids. After lunch, students will be bused to Rogers Cinema and pick one of 3 movies to see. Students will then return in the afternoon in time for the regular dismissal. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a great night.
Thank you. A lot of things going on.
Yeah. Busy month.
Folks,
Any
much
questions?
appreciated.
Thank you. You're welcome to leave. You can stay if you would like. All right, next item is President's Report. All board members are in attendance. And our next board meeting is January 10th, 2024. All right, administrative reports. Elementary principal report, Principal Bina.
Good evening, everyone. Here at Ed Hoyer Elementary School, our character trait for the month of December is empathy. Very fitting character trait for this holiday season. Empathy is discussed each day during morning announcements, and our homeroom teachers are also leading discussions about the topic during their morning meetings in each classroom. They are also nominating students that have exemplified this character trait throughout the month. So it's great that we are not only working on academics, but we are working on some of those very critical character traits each month here in the elementary school. I'd like to say congratulations to Mr. Jeff Erdman. He led a very successful elementary holiday concert last night in the Alexander Auditorium. Our K2 concert was held at 6:30. Following that, we had our 3-5 concert at 7:45. We had full houses for both events. Everything went very smoothly. Our students did well, very well attended. And it was for the first time since 2019, all the students in our elementary were able to perform live. The last few years, they were recorded in the music room, and we got a lot of positive comments from families saying we'd like to see our students perform in person. So it's very nice to see it once again. Phase 1 of our district's curriculum initiative began on Monday of this week. Teachers in grades kindergarten through grade 12 were grouped either by grade level or by content area and are meeting on a rotational basis with Mrs. Kathy Stebbins-Hintz to begin developing their curriculum maps. And those bi-weekly meetings will be happening through February. As mentioned a bit by our students' last day of school is Friday, December 22nd, and they're scheduled to return on Tuesday, January 2nd. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Next up, middle school, high school principal report, Principal Schroeder.
Good evening. Today I brought Mrs. McMillan with me, to tell you a little bit more. I keep plugging away at our program and her work at our school. Tell you a little summary about her and what she does every day. And then if you have questions for her, we can ask her. Miss McMillan has been here for, a teacher for 28 years in different alternative education settings. She has a 612 license and an alternative education certification. She's taken classes such as mindful leadership, fostering resilience, and special education classes. She came to us 6 years ago. The admin team said, we have a need for kids that are falling between the cracks. So some of the kids she works with are kids that have 504 plans or an IEP, but they just don't get as much service as they need. And she also, all through the day, runs ATS study, kind of a study hall. It's not really a study hall. She's sometimes teaching 6 curriculums at one time. She can have 2 kids working on an English composition paper, 1 kid in social studies, 1 kid in science. She's a supportive study hall, we call it, but I hate to say that it's study hall. At the beginning of each try, she looks at, works with the kids, sends emails to the parents. They make goals and expectations. She gets on the teachers' Google Classrooms, and that's how they communicate. So she's, like I said, she's kind of knows all of our curriculum, all of our classes. The kids fill out daily planners in there, which a lot of kids don't like to, but it keeps them on task. She gives them incentives. At the beginning of each class period, they do short-term and long-term goals. She's like a co-teacher to almost every teacher that we have in the high school. She opens up her Blackhawk every day, so she gets lots of kids in there. Other things she's worked on are, she's been a self-advocate for other teachers, or with the teachers, the students with the teachers. She'll be kind of a mediator if they're afraid to go talk to their teacher about a class or a grade. Teaches them how to send appropriate emails. A lot of times the kids are like, hey, my grade's not in. No, what kind of response are you gonna get on that? We're all kind of working with our kids on that. Like they're texting to us. A lot of teachers have said, hey, can you reword that? Or not, hey, could you please reword that email? So she runs a credit recovery program. She uses Apex, so she's learned a whole nother program that we can develop our own curriculum and they can work at their own individual pace in her room. We've, one time we made her teach 5th and 6th grade SEL.
I love it.
Yeah, you did. One time she taught English for employability skills when we saw a need and had a couple kids that needed that, making resumes, applying for jobs. So I just popped in her room and I asked some of the kids, how do you feel about this class? Because some of them go in there, I don't need her help. And by the time they're walking out, they're like, oh, she helped me graduate, right? So they said, being in this classroom makes us feel like we're rewarded. We get our work done, but we still have our own fun. We work at our own pace. She lets us ask questions. She keeps us on task. She de-stresses us. Sometimes she's fun and we can relax. She's encouraging. She's calm. She's kind. She helps us get our work done. She's, as a teacher, pushes everyone to get their stuff done and they do their best. She knows really how to work with kids. She's helpful but not pushy like others. Smaller environment. She helps us not be overwhelmed. So I could just stand up here and be endless and talk about Mrs. McMillan, but the real reason we're here, she doesn't even know this. Behind her is Tad Peterson from the National At-Risk Educational Network. And Mrs. Moore and I nominated Mrs. McMillan for an award, and he is here to present it. Tad?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate your time today, Ms. McMillan. I'm honored to be in your service. I'm just going to read a few things, introduce myself to all of you for just a moment here, and then say some wonderful things about you. So I represent NARIN, Wisconsin, which is the National At-Risk Educators Network. We just celebrated 25 years in supporting and connecting at-risk and alternative educating professionals around the state. One of the ways that we support our members is by recognizing the great work that they are doing in their schools and their community. Our Member of the Month award winners are nominated by their colleagues or other school staff members. Each month, our executive board travels in person to honor these winners. This month, our winner is here in Port Edwards, and she is Mrs. McMillan. Just a few other wonderful things about you.
Can you go stand by him, Amy? One requirement was I got a good picture.
Congratulations, Amy. What a great award.
Let me get rid of this first.
Okay.
Let me do this thing and then I'll put this
Okay.
down and we can do the formal. Mrs. McMillan runs our ATS, Avenues Towards Success Study Hall, as well as our GITO Option 2 program. Mrs. McMillan's role in our school is invaluable. Her understanding of mental health, her ability to build relationships, and her unwavering patience have brought about complete turnarounds for a multitude of students. Simply, Amy McMillan changes students' lives for the better. Thank you, Amy, for all of the changes you are making in your school, your community, and in the lives of your students. We're honored to present you as our Member of the Month Award and a check for $250 for your classroom needs.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of Narren. We really are honored to be here with you tonight. All right.
Thank you so much.
Now I'll take a picture.
Can you shake hands? Like, look, yeah.
Right now,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, you're welcome.
I have to kind of hide him. He
Thank you.
came
Thank you so much
across
for having me
tonight
here
just
this
for
evening.
this, so,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, thank you.
oh my gosh, you asked me. I've spent 2 days working on like, what would I do?
I said we're gonna ask you some questions. Be prepared. Do you want me to ask her a question? Okay.
Donna told me last week in
Thank
our,
you for
Thank
coming.
you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a great meeting.
safe travels,
Oh,
thank you.
gosh.
Donna told me in our admin
Oh.
meeting last week that
Oh.
it's going to be a surprise.
Yes.
And I just knew, I'm listening to Donna, and Donna, that was a very thorough description of Amy.
Yeah.
And when my office was in the other building last year, primary office, I got to work with her with other students. And I just was checking off in my mind every adjective Donna said. Yes, that's Amy. Yes, that's Amy. Yes, that's Amy. Yes, that's Amy. She is so good. I don't have the vocabulary to describe what a wonderful job she does with our most challenging students. And I can't think of anybody that deserves that award more than you.
You.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
We
Yes.
are so lucky to have you.
Yes.
Yeah. That was hard to keep a secret. It was like keeping a gift from a little kid or something.
Oh, I know.
Very well deserved.
Yes, well, thank you.
You don't have to say
Oh
then.
my goodness.
You could go and celebrate her.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. Sure, you don't want to ask me any questions? Prepare.
Yeah. What did you think you were going to do? You were going to present us?
I said I'm updating them on your program, so be ready because they have some questions.
How we support.
How do you keep all your different subjects organized?
Oh, it's my brain is tired at the end of the day. But yesterday during Blackhawk, I was sitting there and I had this kid here snuggle up next to me doing algebra, and this one was doing a poetry of the week, and this one was doing a genetic DNA brochure, and they were all three at the table around me, asking me questions, and I was going around it, and I just stopped for a moment, and I was just like, I just love this. Like, I stopped talking for a minute, I just looked around, and my room was full of kids too, and everybody was working.
It's always full.
And it's,
Yeah.
they volunteer to come in. I don't say people have to come in or whatever. It's always open to whoever wants to come in. But just reveling in that moment of everybody just sitting here asking questions and working. And it's just,
That's not to say they don't get mad at you sometimes.
Yeah.
And she'll say,
That's
okay,
good, because
here's-
you know they're doing what they
Yep.
need to be
Struggle.
doing.
here's your choices. You need 60 points for this class. You need, so what's priority? What do you think you can get? Like, she's pretty practical too. Like, sometimes I just need to hear that.
They always know you're in their corner.
Yeah.
Always do that. Even when they won't admit it, they know it.
And what a valuable program for us to have, because I remember way back when
With
we had with
Judy and I.
Judy Schrader, that's,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think she's the next Judy Schrader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what a compliment.
And yes, because there are a lot of students that need some guidance and a firm hand.
So we lost that for a couple years. We didn't have that program.
The ATS, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Then when she came back, that's, yeah.
The
And
rebirth.
so needed, so
Yeah, it is.
needed.
and then the other part we put in too, I don't know if you
The
mentioned, but
GWE,
our GITO 2 program, we successfully, 2 out of 2 of our kids have gone through that program, and now are out on, and, you know, have their diploma, regular diploma, and
Are
in the
working.
workforce, yeah.
Is there anything
She needs.
that you want that we could possibly do to help you further?
I'm like so satisfied and happy with my job. Like I've had such a great year. Like the kids are awesome. Like I know I don't run on a lot. I don't need a lot. Like we have candy sometimes.
We can find.
Like
That $250 is gonna be.
we like to grade sometimes while we're working. And they get to earn like music if they have good grades. They can listen to music. I like all these incentives for them
Sure.
little things. And I have a fidget drawer. Like, that's their space. And
Your program is a linchpin for a whole bunch of kids who'd be either less successful or just plain gone because you aren't here.
my favorite one that you read was the one student who said it's a reward to be in this room. I feel like, and it's not to be, I'm not the reward, but I feel rewarded, like he was saying, like I've accomplished, I get something done when I'm here. So when I walk out, I feel like I've got something, because when I first started, the stigma was that my room was for the dumb kids or the kids who like that didn't want to be in there, like you were saying. That was a punishment. And so I really worked hard the first couple of years to turn that stigma around, where now the kids are asking, like just last week we had to deny someone, like, well, your grades are really good and you're okay, like you don't really need that.
It's a safety net.
So
It is.
yeah, people are asking now, like, hey, this is a nice place to be, and so that's
We'd like a duplicate of her in the middle school,
Yes.
Yeah.
a twin.
this is so wonderful. Thank you so much. It's awesome.
Well, go celebrate.
Okay, I will.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Very nice.
Have a good night.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you.
We're glad you're here.
All right, have a good evening.
You too, Amy.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to district administrator report. Jim?
Well, there's no way to top that. I mean, Donna said it so well. Amy is a treasure, and we can all see that. She's an absolute treasure. We're so thankful she is here. A few things happening at the district level, just a few notes. On Thursday, November 30th, Lisa and I attended a Baird financial meeting at North Central Technical College in Wausau. The meeting was attended by about 20 regional business managers and district administrators, and we worked with Baird reps to review our district's current finances and use their Baird model to project different areas of our budget in the future. So, challenging day, and then as we learn more about our budget, more challenges. So, but productive and important day. The district's calendar committee, consisting of 5 elementary and 5 middle and high school staff members, is scheduled to meet in early January. Our goal is to create a 2024-25 draft of the calendar in time for approval by the board in either February or March. Our first 2 referendum information meetings for the public have been scheduled for Tuesday night, February 27th, and Tuesday night, March 5th. They will be at 6 o'clock. The February 27th meeting will be a detailed tour of the high school building, followed by a question and answer session in the high school library. The March 5th meeting will be a duplicate of that, except here at the elementary. We will be taking a detailed walkthrough of this building, looking at the building and grounds needs, and then having a meeting here in the library. That's February 27th at the high school, March 5th here at the elementary. Representatives from CISA 10 and Baird will be on site for those meetings, and the public forum meeting will be held at which they can answer questions. The 2024 referendum website is growing and building each day. It is online. It is linked to the front page of our district website. It's not fully complete yet. We're waiting for the the calculator to be placed on there. The website provides comprehensive information about the referendum. There are videos that Frank Neve and I were interviewed for, and we talk about the need for the referendums. And as I mentioned, the online calculator in which individuals can use that to calculate their own individual tax impact. More information will be sent out to all school district employees, and I'll send it to the board as well when that website is complete. A little bit of an update from our health department. For the second year in a row, school district nurse Katie Bortz is leading a staff wellness challenge when we return to school in January. Staff will be encouraged to make small changes in their daily habits that will lead to an overall healthier lifestyle. Staff who are able to accomplish some of their goals will be eligible for a variety of rewards donated from local businesses. And finally, I would like to publicly say congratulations to senior high custodian John Buchholz. Yesterday, John celebrated his 35th year working in the district.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so December 12th was his hire date, and it was his 35-year anniversary yesterday. Thank you, John, for your service, and congratulations. I personally met him yesterday and thanked him for his time.
Great.
So, thank you.
Your videos were great, by the way, you and Frank.
Thank you. I'd say they were thorough, but
Yes, they
as
were
I've
very
told a
nice.
few people, Frank and I aren't leaving for Hollywood anytime soon. But thank you to CISA for their wonderful production skills. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Put-
Very, very easy to work with. It's not a difficult task on it.
Thank you.
All right. Questions and comments from people in attendance? Anyone sign up? I don't think so.
Did you say?
No questions?
No,
Okay.
okay.
All right, we'll move on to consent agenda. Seek a motion to approve the minutes of the past meeting of November 15th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Next item is consider approval of financial reports. Any gifts?
None to report today.
No gifts this month, so.
Moved. Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor approve the financial report, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, roll call.
Oh, no,
Sorry. Yep.
sorry.
Leo,
Aye.
Carrie, aye. Dana,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Kathy.
Aye.
Okay, they're approved. Unfinished business. Order of School District Policy Updates, second reading.
Seeking a motion to accept the second reading of Neola Policy Updates, Volume 32-2 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. New business, review of school violence drill.
Under 2017 Wisconsin Act 143, each public school building is required annually to do a school violence review or school violence drill. The senior high and the elementary conducted those in early December, and the reports were written by Mrs. Schroeder and myself and included in the board packet. I think we did very thorough reviews, and I believe they were included in the board packet.
Yes.
Were they?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
We did very thorough reviews at both buildings, and we've set goals for our next violence drills for next school year as well. Seeking a motion to approve.
So moved.
Okay.
Okay.
We
Second.
need a motion to approve that?
Yes.
Been a motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion carried. Next item, consider approval of teaching contract, Jennifer Johnson.
Ms. Johnson is being recommended as our permanent substitute for this school year. We, as you may recall, we had an individual hired for that position. She lasted a very short amount of time, a few days, and this would be the individual to replace that individual who left us.
Moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion?
Just glad we found someone.
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Number 13, consider approval of co-curricular contracts, Ethan Jensen, middle school girls basketball, and Jordan Schrader, middle school girls basketball.
Move approval of both.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Next, consider approval of 24-25 course descriptions.
The changes at a glance for the 24-25 course description handbook were shared in the board packet. Motion is requested to approve as presented.
Moved.
Second.
Good thing you
Motion
didn't
and a
ask me
second.
questions, I forgot my copy.
They're pretty.
Straightforward.
This is the first, Ms. Moore and I and Ms. Neve, we sat down and went through it like through the whole thing, word to word. It was a pretty thorough go through this time.
It
Any
makes
further-
sense.
Further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carried. Next item, consider approval of resolution authorizing the school district budget to exceed revenue limit by $850,000 per year for 5 years for non-recurring purposes.
Item 15, as you certainly are aware of, is the first of 3 resolutions that are on the agenda tonight to formally approve our request to go on the ballot for our referendums. Items 15, 16, and 17, this language was presented to us by the Quarles and Brady law firm, and we have added them to the agenda for approval.
Moved. Second.
A motion and a second. Any more discussion?
Even though these resolutions will be quickly dispensed, there was a lot of time involved leading up to them.
Yes.
So this is not something that's knee-jerk, but I would ask for division simply because we're expending a large sum of money, and I think it should be individual votes tallied.
Certainly,
Yeah, it
they're
has to be
they're
actually.
different.
Is it?
I have
Oh.
to have mixed, I have to have them each separate.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, I, in my commentary, I added them, the 3 together, as well as in my memo, but I fully support that each of the 3 be approved separately.
Yes.
Okay, roll call, Sue?
Yep.
All right, so number 15, seek a motion.
Nope,
did.
we get.
Oh, we
already
did,
did.
right.
Got a
Red
motion.
motion
Dana
and a
and
second.
All right,
Yep.
any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Kathy,
Yes.
John,
Aye.
Dana,
Aye.
Carrie, aye. Leo,
Aye.
Okay, that one passed 5-0. All right, next item, number 16, consider approval of initial resolution authorizing general obligation bonds in an amount not to exceed $7,300,000.
move.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion? All right, roll call.
Leo,
Aye.
Carrie, aye. Dana,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Kathy.
Aye.
Okay, that was approved. 17, consider approval of resolution providing for a referendum election on the questions of the approval of a resolution authorizing the school district's budget to exceed revenue limit by $850,000 per year for 5 years for non-recurring purposes, and an initial resolution authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds in an amount not to exceed $7,300,000.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Kathy,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Dana,
Aye.
Carrie, aye. Leo,
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Next item is opportunity for individual board member comment. Start with Leo.
This time of year, it's really easy to get caught up in the hubbub. The fact that we saw an award tonight for a staff member in a program that ideates what education is really supposed to be about, meeting people where they are and bringing them as far as they can go, I think is appropriate for the holiday season as well. We need to be reminded that there are all kinds of folks who don't have what we have, that are in tough spots financially, economically, culturally. it's an old tone, but it's appropriate. I wish there was a way that we could have a Christmas every month, because it would focus our attention more on the people that are not on our attention, not on our radar, and are largely invisible. I guess I would ask that everybody take an opportunity to be the person who makes other folks believe that the world's a good place, instead of the other kind, which is really, really easy to do, and you can find plenty of good examples of it. Be the other kind of person every month, but especially now.
Alright, Carrie.
Just an additional congratulations to Amy for that, and thanks to Donna and Miss Moore for nominating her. And you know, but she is an outstanding person to have as part of our team. There's not, like, pretty much everybody, I mean, there's not enough good words to say. And it's just awesome to see that there's a lot of heart in her. And I mean, obviously she you know, broke down a little bit, and so it's really cool to see that, you know, and recognize her for that. So that's all.
Dina.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever all the holidays are. And I'll give my gift by being a lawyer who shuts up.
Yay, Dana.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I just think we are so fortunate with the staff that we have in Port Edwards, the community that we have, the things that I've been to just recently, the elementary concert last night when you saw the gymnasium overflowing with people and so many grandparents and aunts and uncles and people that were just all smiles, and the kids that did an excellent job. The holiday breakfast we had last week with the choir and the band, and I heard so many wonderful congratulations on the jobs that you and Emily are both doing, Tammy. We appreciate you. And then being there on Sunday night at the tree lighting, and the choir sounded great, the band sounded great, it was cold, but what a wonderful thing to have that back. I know we haven't had the band and choir down there for a few years, and it was missed, and it was wonderful. Tomorrow is the holiday meal, and I know that will be fantastic. So we just have so many things going on, and I think so many things that we can do because we are a small district and we have a wonderful staff and wonderful administration. So thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone, community included.
Yeah, I'd just like to wish everyone a happy holidays and piggyback a little bit on what Kathy said. Big thank you for all staff, teachers, administration, going above and beyond, because it seems like we have so many different things going on, and even athletics and stuff.
Yes.
Just a big shout out to everyone that goes above and beyond to make our school unique. So that's all I have. So next board meeting is January 10th.
Just a note, I will be gone that week. I'm not saying we're gonna be scheduling around me or anything. I will be gone that week, their next meeting, so. The next one is,
The next
right,
week
the next
we're
week is the conference, right, so,
All right,
one time a year I'm gone.
so with that, no other comments? Call for adjournment.
So
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
For adjourned.
Very good. Thank you.
Realize it's got
Here you
a
go.
little
Can you make
less
sure you
time.
have to sign,
Oh,
John
meeting.
signing first.
You only have to
One
declare
for
just
just
two
guys.
A few others that are choir yet.
Yeah, I gotta.
Can I make it?
Oh,
What time is your choir?
Oh, church.
Oh, yeah, we were.
tell it, yes.
Yeah.
It was after
Yeah.
5:30.
Yes.